it's time to take a look at stories making the headlines in Nigerian newspapers. I have with me in the studio a journalist, Charles Ideho, and public affairs analyst, Razak Ulukoba. Gentlemen, thank you for coming.
Good morning. Good morning, viewers at home.
All right, let's head straight to the papers now, and I start with the Daily Trust. DSS clears 21 nominees as National Assembly resumes today. Uncertainty over principal officers. We'll move to the front page of the Nigerian News Direct. Court orders final forfeiture of Patience Jonathan's $8.4 million, 9.2 billion naira to federal government. To the front page of the Blueprint, INEC on funding election expenses. APC, PDP others yet to submit report. Releases Bayelsa Kogi polls guidelines. IPAC seeks tougher registration conditions. And to the front page of the Vanguard, presidential tussle. Tribunal orders Atiku, PDP, to prove case in 10 days. For 100 witnesses lined up, APC, Buhari gets 6 days to respond to PDP's petition. Ordinary witnesses to present evidence in 5 minutes, to be cross-examined in 10 minutes. 10 minutes for star experts subpoenaed witnesses, 20 minutes for cross-examination. To the front page of the Nigerian Tribune, minimum wage nationwide strike looms. Labour accuses federal government of derailing implementation. And on the front page of the Nation newspaper, governors split as cattle settlements row rages. Different statement there from different governors. You find that on the front page of the Nation newspaper. And finally, on the front page of the Guardian, more states groups reject Ruga settlements for herders. And we won't cede Ekiti land to outsiders, Fayemi vows. No plan for it in Southeast, South-South. Benue flays claim of gazetted land in 36 states. Bauchi backs government list of pilot states released. And that is what we'll be looking at this morning, gentlemen. The issue of Ruga settlement over the weekend sparked a lot of reactions, and it continued to, spark more reaction even as the week began. And the government has come out to say that, we are only going to be working with states who are interested in this arrangement. So one wonders why it's sparking so much reaction. I'll start with you, Razak.
Well, there's a tacit body language from the federal government that they want to make Ruga a university where all the states must have it. That's the pattern. That's the many people read to the recent popularity that the thing has attained. And
but is that what it is for you?
Is that what?
Is that what it is?
Yes. No. It should not be universal from what they have said. But the body language is clearly showing that the states should embrace it. And the caution we have to give to federal government is that there's no region in the country that is not witnessing one kind of crisis or the other. That's low-scale war. We should not stretch the army beyond this limit, because this kind of situation even takes more from the army than even regular war. So if that becomes a major crisis and it sparks crisis in the country, it will not be good for federal government. So they should allow each state to determine whether they want it or not. They shouldn't give it prominence again. What they should focus on is genesis, what led to where we find ourselves today, and how to repel it. The profile of
so are you saying that this solution, so to speak,
solutions should be limited to
by
states,
the government
solutions
is not going to solve the problem?
Should be limited to states who want to embrace it, and that solution will not solve the problem in some states. There's a suspicion for cattle rearers across the country at the moment, and if this kind of thing is coming at the moment, the interpretation of it is that the federal government is supporting what the others are doing, because you have not been able to conveniently route the guys doing all these things. And we have not been able to determine among all the others who are the guilty ones, who are the genuine ones. We have not been able to determine that. So you want to lump all these things together and heap it on states.
But then
that's
the government is saying that this arrangement, that's the Ruga settlement, is not just for herders alone, it's for those who are into animal husbandry, so to speak.
Why
is it coming now?
Yes.
We have security challenges, Charles, and that is why the government is saying it is introducing this.
For me, I think if you want to look at it dispassionately, the original idea behind Ruga is a very good one. Even though I hear people say Ruga is a full-day word for settlement, but I want to say it's an acronym for rural grazing areas. That's where you got your Ruga from. okay, be that as it may, I think the timing is very, very inappropriate because we are having, on the one hand, where the incidences of lives being lost, you are having people who are forcefully entering into people's lands and destroying crops for their cattle to feed. But if government wants to say, okay, let's contain them to a place, as I said, it's not a bad idea. But as Razak has said, what is looking like now is that you have not been able to look at the remote causes of all these things and then to be able to bring an end to it. If the government is able to bring an end to this violence orchestrated by the farmers, herders, classes over there, then people can say, okay.
But this is supposed to be a process that will lead to the end of the violence.
First of all, the government need to own up that there is indeed, okay, this crisis being orchestrated by the headers. Government is saying no, it's not by headers alone. Okay, that there are other elements who are taking advantage of that. And then, as I was telling them, I said, we even hear that people are even taking, they're even making, there's a word there called, it's a franchise. Like, all you need to do now, just go for Metro, you say it's Fulani herdsmen. Okay, that's where we're going. But again, is that the timing right now is inappropriate. Okay,
why
because
is that?
Why I'm saying is that because the fear people are really nursing now is that you go to Southeast, for instance, you acquire about 331 hectares of land, then you now begin to bring about a settlement of an ethnic group within a culture. On the one hand, government is preaching national integration, but on the other hand, you want to now bring about what they call separatism in government. So you want people to integrate, but you are not separating them from the mainstream of the culture. It doesn't.
So what is the likely implication?
So what we need to do, I think what we need to do, we need to take the Southeast, the stand you are looking at. We don't. But what we need to do, since you are coming to us for your grass, we can ship the grass to you. Wherever you are going to have your cattle, we can get the grass up to you. Then you can exchange them for cattle to us. I mean, I think that's for me. I think that's a platform, and that's something we need to look at.
So there are likely implications to this arrangement by the federal government. Is that what it is?
Yeah, the crisis will keep brewing, and the biggest approach that I think the government should pursue. We are supporters of Buhari's administration. So if you are talking like this, federal government should listen. It's not a critique. It's a provision, is a proposal for going the right way. Let me tell you, the body language of the northern elders. Let me give you an example. Muslims all over the world condemn terrorism. But this elders issue, I have not seen the gathering of elders saying that this is not about us. What the elders are doing that, not because they are Fulani, but because they are criminals. But if a particular household breeds a crime, it is your responsibility as a leader of that community to speak out. So entirety must begin at home on this matter. That is where they'll be able to trace who are the real guys behind these things. If you start that, it will be more effective than imposing the limitations of a policy and limitation, the excesses
using the word imposition, but the government is saying willingness.
It's not, it's imposing. It should not be coming at this time. And you know, Nigeria, because of our ethnic identity, certain policies, you can't bring a unitary policy under a federative unity where you have people of different identity. We have said it over and over again that don't do a unitary police, don't do a unitary structure. This policy is unitary in nature, it's not federating in nature. A peculiar arrangement should be made for the North. Then in the South, like Mike has suggested, let state propose system and tactics of engagement for people who want to be eating and consuming cows. Let states propose. The Southwest, we have met, and we are canvassing our people to reject Ruga. Any governor in the Southwest will become unpopular if he embraced this Ruga.
Now, what approach would you want state governments to look at when it comes to the issues of, embracing how to have cattle and all of that for their state? Because each state, the number of cattle being consumed by states very.
We have Kara here now.
In Lagos, it's about over 2 million every year. I mean, that's quite some money. Even states can the Ruga issue is this. What I think states should do is that, or government should do is that, if you say states that are interested should embrace it, but do not make it a Fulani affair. Okay? And those states where I come from can say, okay, we want Ruga. You bring about Ruga, Edo State can begin to look at even
But can
Richard.
they really contain the movement of these people because they are nomads? They
No,
move around.
that's why I believe what what Razak said makes sense to me, that you're making it unitary. What is going to be like in the near future is that the states where these things will be practiced, you now have relative peace. Then you still have violence continuing. Now they say, okay, why don't you accept Ruga so that you have peace? That's what we are going to.
Really?
And that's dangerous.
Really dangerous.
Yes.
All right, gentlemen, thank you for your contribution on the newspaper review this morning.
Thank you.